Hello, I am MaddogLexi, and after doing my first race IRL this past weekend, I am back in iRacing. It's a little different now. So it's week 13, and the league I'm in, the Esports Racing Canada league, is doing something kind of silly. We are running street stocks.
How do you say boogity, 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 let's go racing in Italian?
I already get hit a little. Street stocks at Monza.
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
And this is full Monza, albeit without parts of the F1 track, just to make it a little easier for the street stocks. But this is the oval and the street course. So this is really fun because it's a bit of a test of both your oval driving skills as well as your street course, your road course racing skills. And I actually really love how the street stocks handle, and it's just absolutely perfect combo and produce some really fun racing. This is a 3-heat race, and I qualified P4 for Heat 1, and I've already dropped back down to P6, trying to claw my way back up. There are 3 cars ahead of me that are already 3 wide. Yeah, the racing is kind of crazy. Strength of field's around 1,450 based on oval I rating. I'm around a 1,985. And right now I'm just in survival mode. I'm okay with giving up positions if it means I don't get in a wreck.
There are lines forming like this Daytona or Talladega.
Yeah, it's funny because it goes from being like, when it's in the oval, it goes from being a drafting track to how you'd run a normal road course, just like that. And now we've gone from drafting, and now we are driving these things like sports cars. And it's you gotta be good at 2 completely different driving styles to make this track work. This track is incredibly satisfying in the street stock. I get a position here. I dive up the inside of number 2. Number 2 comes in a little too much on me. Not sure if the spotter said anything. What happens next is completely my fault. I missed my braking point and
shit. Sorry, number 2.
Hit number 2 on the side. Used them as bumper cars.
One was on me, so we're good.
Thankfully, number 2 didn't really get hurt there. I'm the only one who lost any positions.
Sorry, number 2.
So I guess it's not the end of the world. Number 2 didn't have their race ruined, and I did. So valid consequences
Sorry,
for
number 2, that's on
me diving up the inside like that.
I think the first one was on me.
Complete error on my part there.
At least we didn't wreck there.
So I think I'm back down to 7th right now, and my goal is just to see if I can climb back up a little bit.
Okay?
Heat 1, I believe there were 17 cars.
Oh, he's fine.
My goal was a top half finish, so P8 or better. I am within that right now, so right now it's just a matter of survival on the first lap. And I guess I caught myself off a little bit. That's actually the worst mistake I made tonight, which is nice. Though it's certainly not the most chaotic thing that happens to me tonight, which you'll see later. So I got some pace on 21. I decided not to dive up the inside on Parabolica, but 21 goes wide anyway, so I'm able to take the inside of 21 on Parabolica, and now we're coming out onto the main straight, and it's going to turn back into drafting through the oval. I believe after lap 1 I'm up to P7, and now I'm trying to figure out what line I should take. I decide stick top line, and I can maybe get past number 4. That's number 2 in front of me that I messed up a little bit earlier, so I'm thinking about shooting that gap, and I'm like, nah, bad idea. I stay behind number 2 and decide to help number 2 out. Repayment for me almost killing them earlier and ending their race. So I give number 2 a little bit of a push, and that also helps me. I get past number 4, and I'm up to P6. The dialogue in this race was so fun. ESR is a lot of fun to race with. ESR Canada, that is. I'm from the US. Esports Racing Canada accepts American members because the US doesn't have its own FIA esports division, so the Canada one lets us race with them. So shout out to ESR Canada, and also just Canada in general for being kind of awesome. So I've got some pace on number 2. I don't want to ruin number 2's race again, so I back out of it instead of trying to shoot up the inside of number 2, even though I probably could have made that. I'm still taking it a little easy. It's only lap 2 of 3 heats, and I don't want to do something stupid. I'm in a good position, P6, and I'm like, I'll wait until I have a real good shot at getting a pass on P2, or I think that's P66, sorry, number 2, and I believe that's number 66 in front of number 2. This is the corner I messed up earlier. This time I hit my braking points. I'm a little bit slow through there, actually. That corner is actually the worst, my personal worst corner on Monza. I get a little better as the race goes on, and thankfully I don't kill anyone else through that corner. Although, in the next race, me being a bit slow through that corner does come up at one point. I'll let you guys be the judge. I go a little bit wide here. I think I may or may not have gone in off track. A little slow through the chicane, but once again, not the end of the world. I'm still within drafting range. Yeah, I fall back a little bit from P2 through 5 here after Parabolica. I actually get I almost lose it through Parabolica, but still get a decent enough exit. And now something interesting happens out of me. They go too wide and too wide in front of me, and I'm just hanging back, wondering maybe if something will happen, if there will be some sort of mistake ahead of me. They do keep it really clean though through the oval, and I mentioned earlier it's kind of turning into a drafting lines forming, kind of like Daytona or Talladega, and it's definitely true. The Monza oval, the street stocks can do flat out, and it really does turn into a full-blown drafting track through the oval. So now I've gone from road course mode to stock car mode, and I'm trying to catch up. I'm a little bit out of the draft, but they formed a conga line in front of me to draft through, and yeah, they're getting away from me here because I am just too far behind them. I'm not in the draft. My only hope is that I can be a little bit faster through the road course portion of Monza and catch them there, because I am not going to catch them through the oval or the straights. That said, I've got clear track in front of me. I don't have to worry about hitting anyone if I brake a little late and they don't. So I'm just mentally prepared to run my own line, and with the cars too wide ahead of me and fighting, I know that if I take the road course section clean, I can catch up and make positions. And that ends up being true to an extent. I am now clearly gaining on the pack in front because I'm taking the road course section smoothly. And them fighting ahead is helping me out significantly. 66 gets a little loose ahead of me, but ultimately maintains it. This is one of my better exits through that corner. So now I'm back with the pack, and we're on the straight going up to the chicane, and I'm trying to stay in that slipstream of 66, but I need a good exit through the chicane. My braking point is right about that shadow, and if I hit it right, I can carry a lot of speed, but if I'm a little too deep into there, which I was that time, I risk an off track, and I gotta slow down a lot for the rest of the chicane. I don't get a good exit through here, and once again the pack starts running away from me. Oh well. My one shot now is maybe I can make it through Parabolica. Also, these races are 10 minutes apiece, and of course I dive too deep through Parabolica, and Daniel, number 57, just comes shooting out from behind me. I'm like, where did you come from? I think I actually say that in a minute. Yeah, I overshoot Parabolica. These races are 10 minutes each, so they're each 4 laps. 3 4-lap
Daniel,
races
where
tonight.
did you get that run? Holy shit.
And yeah, that was my reaction to him just coming out of nowhere from behind
He's
me.
built different.
Yeah, Daniel
He
is
just came up from
incredibly
behind.
fast.
He was like
He's also one of the
closing on me
lead
so fast. I
organizers,
had no
so
idea.
no surprise there. That said, Daniel passing me actually helps me out a little because I'm able to draft him, and because he's really fast, I'm able to start catching the cars ahead. I'm back down to P7. Not the end of the world considering it's an 17 car race. That still puts me in the top half. I'm actually not able to bump him here despite going full power. Guess there's an air pocket, but I'm still helping Daniel. Daniel's helping me, and we're maintaining our distance. Unfortunately, we're not quite catching the front of the pack. Daniel wants to hold the outside to get a good exit, which is a good strategy, but the cars ahead are just a little bit too fast on the straights. That said, they are going to be fighting through the road course section of the track once again, so I'm thinking about how maybe I can follow Daniel through as they're fighting ahead and maybe slip past that pack ahead, and if not, just stick with them and finish P7, because that wouldn't be the end of the world. I slow a little early just to not kill Daniel, and that works out. I get a really good exit through that turn. However, here's where everything goes absolutely wrong. I lift a little, 8 starts sliding, Daniel hits the back of them, and I'm dead. It gets worse though. Boom! I go from dead to super dead. So what happened here? So I blame myself a little bit. I should have slowed a lot earlier when I started to see 8 spinning. The racing league didn't blame it on me. That second hit though, there wasn't much I can do. Here's from Daniel's perspective. Daniel, 8 spins. Daniel has no time to react. I hit Daniel. I T-bone him. Daniel's able to continue his race though. And here's the guy who T-boned me. So his explanation as to what he was doing. He was trying to shoot the gap between myself and the wall. Because I back up a little bit, trying to rejoin on the grass. That doesn't work out because he thinks I'm reversing onto the track. He takes it as that. I'm thinking the cars are going to go right, so I back up the tiniest bit to try and...
I am so sorry once again about that last lap crash.
Right, with just enough room to turn right and rejoin. But he takes it as I'm backing up onto the track, and unfortunately, yeah. That's the end of that race. I finished P11, and that, because of people leaving, that actually puts me to start P2 in Heat 2. So, rough first race. I'm hoping to redeem myself a little bit in race 2, and I'm starting even better than the first race, so I have a good chance of making that happen. I immediately lose a position, but I'm like, okay with that. P3 is already the highest, other than starting P2. P3 is the highest I've been at all day, so I'm like, I'm just gonna be patient. 68 has had a rough 68's had a rough time. I've raced with him before. He's relatively new. He finished last race, so my thought is I will just be patient and I should get by him pretty easily. That is exactly what happens, and I'm back up to P2 on the outside of the oval section. I forget what number that orange car is. 21. I'm drafting 21, and I'm like, okay, if something happens, I can get by you. I think maybe I have a run on 21. I try and slingshot up the inside. But now that I'm out of the draft, we're side by side, and we're kind of just maintaining pace with each other.
Straight out of that.
Since I'm on the inside, I back out a little bit on that first turn. So 21 gets a fair bit ahead of me. 21's a little loose, but holds it. But I'm able to hold P2 at least, and I'm okay with that. Starting now, I'm just trying to maintain safe distance with him. 21. 21 makes a mistake, locks up, goes wide, off the track. I get a better run out of that turn, but I'm on the inside. I'm weak on this corner. I slow down a little bit because I'm not sure I can make the turn. I overslow, and I get hit in the rear.
Was that on me?
However, it didn't really affect my race. 21 got a bit slow from that. 21 basically dive bombed me here. Yeah, I think I have a replay of what happened there. I'll put it up on the screen in just a moment. So I'll let you guys be so, oh, this is not that replay. This is the start of the race. This was some carnage that happened behind me. The big one happened on the main straight immediately, and it was just an absolute mess.
Oh, you almost did. Banged up straight out of that.
So yeah, that happened, and I'll admit the rest of my race was pretty uneventful. So what happened after 21 hit the back of me is there was this huge pack that formed up behind me. It kind of turned chaotic. They were fighting for the rest of the race, this pack fighting, and that helped me out because it meant that I basically just got to run my own race out in the front. And yeah, it was 4 dies, 5 and 57 go off the track. Daniel, the guy who I killed last race by T-boning.
Can't say I was surprised to hear my spot.
I'm almost a little sad that I was just front running most of this racing because I missed some really good action at the back of the pack. After being hit from behind, yeah, pretty much, there's me. I'm just...
Can't say I was surprised to hear my spotter call it an incident.
I'm running my own race.
4 wide into
after I got hit in the back, the car ahead of me just kind of fell off, and I just kind of...
This is going to be a fun lap.
I kept it smooth. I kept it fast.
It was a beautiful fight.
And the fight going on behind me, even though they were gaining in the straights...
I went 3 wide into turn 3, so...
That was a great save by that car on the bottom, by the way. The pack fighting behind me, despite actually gaining on me in the oval section, kept losing on me during the road course section due to their fighting, slowing them down. So I didn't really have any threats for the rest of this race.
It was a nice save. On the inside! Block him!
And yeah, you can... once again, I almost wish I wasn't front running because
this is not going to end well.
It was such a fun battle behind me that I completely missed.
I'm waiting for the
This is the kind of badass racing where you go from a drafting track to a road course that turns into absolute chaos and totally tests your skills as a driver in iRacing. I definitely recommend doing this if you have a league. I wish this was an official race you could run for week 13. It is the perfect week 13 shenanigan type event. 3 wide on the main straight, as you can see. Going 2 wide through this corner. They keep it clean. And it just looks so awesome seeing these street stocks ripping up the Italian road course of Monza. Continuing to keep it relatively clean into the 2 right-handers. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the names, if I forget the names of corners here. The green Kellogg's car spins and dies just on their own. There's some bumping going on, and not much else happens. I front run. I come home and take P1.
Oh yeah!
That is after my P11 finished last race, that is a victory. That is absolute
Jeff,
redemption.
I ran the back of Joe.
I basically ran a perfect race, did not put a single wheel out of place. And here's little celebratory donuts in true American NASCAR fashion, even though we're in Italy. But because I won the race, I am now in dead last to start race 3. And for the car ahead of me, I forget what number that is, I think number 2.
Hey, you can't do that, that's cheating.
Tries to get a run on the field before the start of the race. As a result, I'm trying to just be nice and stay behind. And I'm gonna report it to the steward. A terrible start as a result. I'm truly dead last, and I'm barely even in the draft. My goal here is to see how many positions I can make up this race. See if maybe I can pull myself into the top half. And the result actually ends up,
because I was behind Greg.
despite my near Yeah, Greg.
No, it's fine. He
Greg
killed
is
Joe.
the blue car, and he immediately kills Joe. So that's
Joe,
already one
no,
position.
Joe.
That was not fair to Joe. I am so sorry to him.
And back to the back where I belong.
This ends up being my best race of the night, even though I won
Greg,
the previous
I sent you
race.
to go back there and
This
get
ends
Joe a
up
hug.
being what was, in my opinion, my best
Yeah,
race and the most
probably a
fun
good
race
idea.
that I had. So sit back. This one's cool.
If it helps,
And
I
get
missed
ready
the
for
start
some
'cause I'm
chaos
trying
on
to
the main
reset my
straight.
wheel, so I'll help give it a little push.
Because ahead of me,
Sweet, we can work
we
together,
get
try to
the
get
big
that.
one immediately.
Jeff, I'm so
Cars
sorry.
spinning all over the place. I'm like, what is going on here? How did this happen?
Well, that's all kicked off.
And I just impatient. I
Well,
watch the
then.
chaos unfold in front of me and positions. So many free
If it helps, I
positions
missed
for
the
that.
start because I was trying to reset my wheel, so I'll
Just
help give
because
it a
I
little
was
push.
like, I just chose to be
Sweet, we can
patient.
work
Here's a
together, try to
TV
get that.
camera view of what happened. Just absolute carnage
Jeff,
on the
I'm
main
so
straight. So
sorry.
many cars hitting each other. So many cars spinning.
Well, that's all
Damage
kicked
is
off.
turned off for this race, by the way, which
Sweet, we can
really
work
helped
together, try
out
to get
because
that.
people were, there was just, it was kind of a
Jeff,
sin this
I'm
stuff
so
would happen.
sorry.
Here's me heroically weaving through the field and not dying.
Well, that's all kicked
I am
off.
very proud of that. And then I thread the needle between 21 and
Well,
66
then.
and gain 2 more positions.
If it helps, I missed
So
the
how
start
this
'cause I was
happened?
trying to reset my
P8 is
wheel,
leading
so I'll
and
help give it a
P11
little
is
push.
fine. And P11
Sweet,
makes
we
a
can work
terrible
together, try to
attempt
get
at a bump
that.
draft. Kills him. 21 runs into
Jeff,
the back
I'm
of
so
him.
sorry.
And yeah, through goes the rest of the field. So
Well,
yeah,
that's
it's
all
all
kicked
started with
off.
11 spinning number 8 who was leading. And I've made up a ton of positions as a result. But my race is not over, and I am still clawing back. I am behind. I'm too far behind to get a draft from the cars ahead, so now I gotta catch up to them on pure pace through the road course section of Monza before we hit the oval, and hopefully I can get myself back into the draft. And there's more death ahead of me.
Okay, I'm not trying
sort
to
of.
do this.
68, who started on the front row with me last race.
It's cool, I'm still with you.
Actually if you go back
But I
and rewind,
definitely
you'll
get a couple
see
penalties.
60 actually just full throttled it through
Greg,
the
I'm
big
reporting
one
you to
and
my
survived. Absolute hero for doing that. I forgot to record
Banned
the
from playing in the
replay.
fun league.
Unfortunately, yeah, 68 spins there, and
Somebody has to
I'm
be the
able
fun
to
police
get
around
past
here.
him, and I'm making up more positions. That's only lap 1, and I've gone from starting P12, back of the grid, all the way up to P5. So I have made up 6 positions, I think, 7 positions? I think 7 positions. I can't mental math right now. But I'm out of the draft for the oval, so there's not much I can do here. On the right side, I got some clear track in front of me, so I can focus
D6,
on...
let's work together and catch the front runners.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually do have a car behind me, and that car
Number
behind me
66,
is
help me out.
pushing. 66 is behind me and pushing me, so... But it's not enough to quite catch the front runners. So now I just gotta hope that their battling slows them down, and
Hell yeah.
66 and I can
We got this, boys.
draft up to the front of the grid. And this is really what I mean, where it's like the oval section really is just a true classic drafting track, albeit
I'll
right
get back
turning
with you.
instead of left. And it really
And
is a
you'll go
battle
for
of
the
can you
slingshot?
do both ovals and road courses. This is just such a perfect combo for the street stock, because the street stock also drives really well on a road course, but it takes the oval like it was built for it. And it's a very predictable car. The street stock is very nice to drive. It's not exactly fast through turns, but it drives very predictably, and it's very easy to trail brake, know when you're gonna hit the turns. And we're all using a tune. I didn't make the setup for this car. I forget who did, but everyone's running a special setup. Oh yeah,
Shit, it says I hit you.
Greg
what the hell?
dies. Greg, who dumped a guy in
I
the
didn't
first
think I
lap,
was on
and
your
also did that
Yeah,
weird
that was
start where he
weird.
tried to get a run He dies. Let's see how that happened. And I think this is a netcode issue, because I don't think Daniel actually hit him. Yeah, but netcode said it did. Daniel gets a 4x for that. 15 spins in front of me and almost kills me. But I am now past
I didn't think I was on your bumper.
Greg, who I started the race with. And
yeah, that was weird.
he tried to get that weird run up, and now he has fallen back.
God damn it, I'm
66
sorry,
is still
man.
behind me, trying to push me and help me out. That's talking about how the street stock is a great car to drive on road courses.
So this machine get common?
It doesn't turn the fastest, but it's a very fun car to trail brake. It's set up for the short. It really is set up for short tracks, and it's set up to be a car you can trail brake on to get extra rotation, just loose enough, but also not too loose to be undrivable. So it really is a perfect car to drive on Monza. It just feels
I'll
made
tell you,
for
last
this
night
track.
really helped with these saves in this car, that's for sure.
Little wide through parabolica, I'm able to hold it and keep my foot in
I had
and
to
get a
stand on the
decent
brakes there.
exit.
It was not
66 is still
successful.
behind me and still trying to
But
push
that
me.
was
I fast
fun.
forward to lap 4 because nothing happens on lap 3. No, actually, correction. I fast forward through the oval because nothing happens in the oval. It's just 66 pushing me, and you guys, yeah, nothing happened. I'm catching up to the car ahead. What is that, number 4? Instead of pushing it through the first turn and trying to take the inside of number 4, I back out, and 66 uses this as an opportunity to get by me, so I lose a position. I'm back down to P5. I'm back down to P5. I was in P4 before because Greg spun. And now 66 makes a big mistake. 66 completely overdrives it, completely is hyper-focused on number 4, and drives off the road as a result, misses his braking point. And this works out nicely in my favor. This is why I prefer to be patient and drive like I'm running my own race, as long as I'm not like too wide. Instead of like tunnel vision on the car ahead of me, 66 tunnel vision. I did something similar the first lap of the first race, and I didn't make the same mistake this time, and 66 did, and I get a free position back for that. 66's defense didn't last too long, and we are now into the final part of the final lap of the final race. I am currently still sitting in P4. I'm not able to get past, unfortunately. Number 4 has a good run through the chicane. Now we're coming back up to Parabolica. I'm trying to get a good exit. 4 gets a bad run into Parabolica. I get a good run, but it's not enough to claw P3 from number 4. And at this point, I'm like, number 4, starting from P12, is a great finish. Would love to podium, but well,
I didn't notice I got a black flag.
and that happened. At this point, I've accepted P4,
really?
but then Daniel, who was P2,
yeah, I must
gets
have
a
maybe,
black flag.
I don't know, I guess I got an off track somewhere, or a cut or something?
Yeah, he was as surprised as I was. He did not serve his black flag before finishing the race.
Yeah, I noticed it showed me a flag and it was black. And
I have no idea why that guy's speaking. But that sends him tumbling down the order. And there it is. P3 from last place. I am proud of that. Thank you again for watching.